Hello, everyone! Today, I'll be talking about the skull, an incredible structure that houses and protects one of the most vital parts of our body, the brain. The skull is more than just a hard shell. It's a complex framework of bones that supports sensory organs, provides attachment points for muscles, and shapes our faces. The skull is made up of 22 bones, but is mainly divided into two main parts. The cranium, which protects the brain, the facial bones, form the structure of our face and support the organs responsible for sight, smell, and taste. Let's explore the key bones in detail. Frontal bone. The frontal bone forms the forehead, the upper part of the eye sockets, orbits, and extends slightly to the top of the skull. It serves as a shield to protect the brain's frontal lobe, which is responsible for thinking, decision-making, and voluntary movement. It also provides structural support for the face and helps shape our brows and forehead. Parietal bones. These are two large curved bones on either side of the skull that meet in the middle at the top. They form the roof and upper sides of the cranium. The parietal bones play a key role in safeguarding the upper regions of the brain. They also provide attachment points for muscles involved in head movement and posture. Occipital bone found at the back and base of the skull. The occipital bone contains the foramen magnum, a large opening where the spinal cord connects to the brain. It protects the brain's occipital lobe, which processes visual information, and supports the head on the cervical spine. This bone also has a bony ridge that helps stabilize the head during movement. Temporal bones. These two bones are located on the sides of the skull, near the ears, and extend inward toward the skull base. The temporal bones house the structures of the middle and inner ear, enabling hearing and balance. They also provide attachment sites for the jaw muscles, which are essential for chewing and speaking. Sphenoid bone. The sphenoid bone is a butterfly-shaped bone that lies at the center of the skull, behind the eyes. Acting as a keystone, it connects most other cranial bones and supports the brain. It also forms part of the orbits, helping to protect the eyes, and contains the sella turcica, a cavity that houses the pituitary gland, crucial for hormonal regulation. Ethmoid bone. A lightweight, spongy bone located between the eyes, deep inside the skull. It forms part of the nasal cavity and contributes to the medial wall of the orbits. The ethmoid bone also supports the olfactory bulb, which helps us perceive smells, and aids in the filtration of air entering the nasal passages. Mandible. The mandible is the lower jawbone and the strongest and largest facial bone. It is the only movable bone in the skull. The mandible enables us to chew and speak by facilitating jaw movement. It also anchors the lower teeth and shapes the lower part of the face, including the chin. Maxillae, upper jaw. These are paired bones that form the upper jaw and extend to form parts of the eye sockets, nasal cavity, and roof of the mouth. The maxillae hold the upper teeth in place and help shape the middle of the face. They also contribute to the structure of the sinuses, which reduces skull weight and improves voice resonance. Zygomatic bones, cheekbones. Commonly known as the cheekbones, these bones are located on either side of the face below the eyes. The zygomatic bones give prominence to the cheeks, protect the eyes by forming part of the orbit, and connect with other bones to stabilize the facial skeleton. Nasal bones. Two small rectangular bones form the bridge of the nose, connecting to the cartilage that shapes the rest of the nose. They provide a stable structure for the nose, supporting facial features and assisting in airflow during breathing. Inferior nasal conchae. These are thin, scroll-like bones located inside the nasal cavity. They help direct and filter the air we breathe by creating turbulence in the nasal passages, which warms and humidifies the air before it enters the lungs. Lacrimal bones, the smallest and most delicate bones in the face, are located in the inner corners of the eye sockets near the tear ducts. The lacrimal bones form part of the tear drainage system, allowing tears to flow from the eyes into the nasal cavity, helping keep the eyes moist and clean. Palatine bones. These L-shaped bones form part of the hard palate, roof of the mouth, and contribute to the walls of the nasal and eye cavities. The palatine bones separate the oral and nasal cavities, making it possible to eat and breathe simultaneously. They also play a role in supporting the upper structure of the face. Vomer, a thin, flat bone, is located in the nasal cavity, forming the lower part of the nasal septum. The vomer helps divide the nasal cavity into left and right sections, ensuring proper airflow and supporting the nasal passage's overall structure. Take a fascinating look at the detailed diagram of the skull anatomy, showcasing all its intricate parts in a single image. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Human Body Parts Anatomy and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more fascinating and mind-blowing videos about human anatomy.